Okay, oops. I forgot to do an intro. Hope you guys check it out where we talk about in this episode relationships. That we
Nothing's playing right now.
relationships and thank you Google and Toronto talent in the city, as well as the foolishness with this underground highway. Like, what are we doing with this money? But anyways, hope you guys love the episode. Check it out.
I don't know, but I found these results on search.
Google, I'm gonna need you to chill out. This is the vent, and hope you guys listen.
What? The reason why I'm saying like that's a very delicate space to be in.
Right.
Because on one side, the person is developing their brand, and their brand does reflect the idea of being in a relationship because that is what they work with.
Right.
So yes, on one side, is it genuine, right? When they're looking for this person, is it going to be a genuine connection? So they actually really like this person and continuously are able to promote their brand because it's, it's aligned. Or are they just getting the person because it is for their branding, right? Whatever looks good for paper or for the audience. But then the other thing is also true.
Right.
Where this person is looking, but say it is genuine, right? Their practice is their practice. What they do for their brand is what they do for their brand. But say the person is aware of this.
Right.
Now, knowing that they know, especially if they're seeing who they're doing videos with,
right,
they're going to look at it and be like, oh, now this person's a catch. Is that person now going to be genuine in the actual relationship when they meet that person? Or are they just going to press all the right buttons so they can get it in?
I think most people press the right buttons and get it in.
Right? So it's like definitely both sides. Either which way. Is it genuine?
Until that time at your grandma's house where you took a sip too many and then the real you came out. And I'm going, wait, this is not the person who's this person? Like,
right?
You try to address it the next day, and then all of a sudden, they're like, oh, well, this won't happen again. But you know what? It keeps happening again.
See, it's the same concept and I keep seeing these stories on my feed on Instagram.
It's diabolical.
Where people are living in like housing, or like you're living in apartments that are like, a nice 1,200 square foot apartment.
Okay.
This, that, and the third, right? And, girlfriend and boyfriend. And for whatever reason, the girlfriend's like probably talking to somebody else, or is just sick of the life that they're having with this partner.
Wait, what?
And vice versa is true.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm eating candy. But what was happening is that the person's like, oh, I can't live this life with you anymore. You're not exciting. You're not trying to go anywhere. Wow. You're not trying to do anything.
What?
And the person's just working this, like a regular, maybe full-time job, or just a regular job, right?
What is with this excitement thing? Like,
right? Hey, man, life needs to be exciting. I don't care what nobody says.
No, but like every day? Every day?
Every day.
Every day has to be exciting.
Doesn't need to be like 10 level exciting. Like,
okay.
But at least we don't have to always be at 3. Like,
so you so some days you want some days are gonna be a 1 exciting.
Yeah, 1 exciting is okay. Like, neutral to me when it comes to like relationships, 0 is the neutral.
Hold on, what 1 exciting is?
0 is neutral. Your day-to-day mundane, like, you have to wake up. Anything where it's like a level of self-care at the bare minimum is 0. That's neutral. Because you have to do that. You have to get up, you have to brush your teeth, you have to make your bed,
You say you have to do that, but there's people that have not done that.
I know this, but I'm just saying.
So they're like -5 or something.
Basically.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. They are at -5. Because if you're not doing any of that, you at -5. But of course, some people would look at that and be like, I'm not at -5 because I found somebody who does it for me.
Who does it for you?
So,
wow. Okay.
For them, they're like, oh, my day already starts at a 5 because somebody's already taking care of my mundane stuff. Okay. But what I was saying was like, yeah, those relationships that I keep seeing on my feed, and these are like, some of them are stories and some of them are real life, right?
Right.
And it's very funny how much they're like very reflective. They're not off brand. The real and the story, like the fiction. That's what's crazy.
Okay, you're right.
So people will meet each other and this and that. Person's living an ordinary life, whatever. And then the person's like, I'm tired. It's not exciting. The relationship's not exciting. I'm not having fun, blah, blah, blah. We're not growing, not going anywhere. And then
But
either they step out or they meet somebody new or whatever. They try to make the adjustments necessary, right? And the person feels like, oh, like this is outside of myself. It's a little weird. But then as soon as they find out so-and-so has money...
so you're saying it just flips back.
Oh, I love you. This, that, and the third.
Wow.
How come you didn't tell me?
Typical.
Why did you betray me like this? Then it becomes the ultimate manipulators. Like,
Ultimate manipulators.
ultimate manipulators. How 2 seconds ago you're saying your life was so boring and you could not stand another second with that person, and then all of a sudden you find out they have money, and then all of a sudden you're like, how could you betray me?
That's
What?
So like, there's Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, but you're saying like ultimate manipulator. That's like when you say something's ultimate, that's like a high,
like boring. That's crazy.
But you see, they can say the money thing, but then eventually it'll just get back to
the regular
boring,
mundane things. Exactly. Because that's how that person's living their life. Regardless of the money, they live their life a very regular way.
Very regular, yeah.
See, and that's that conversation that I think a lot of people don't have when it comes to relationships. I think a lot of people don't even understand. And I probably have
10,000 vacations every 3 months. It's like, no, like, huh? Like,
but that's what I mean. Like, some people really, like, they don't actually think about lifestyle. Because all of that comes back to lifestyle. Like,
right, yeah.
Your relationship is still a reflection of your lifestyle.
Right.
And that's how you style
I didn't get all this money just for,
like, and even if it is inherited, some people they inherit it. Some people get it from maybe an accident. Some people get it from like a lawsuit that they were a part of at work. Like, whatever means that they acquired this money.
Yeah, some people, when they get their inheritance, they're very like,
yeah.
What inheritance?
Yeah.
What inheritance?
Because at the end of the day, you still want to make that money last. Right? Because the whole goal is not just to have money for you. The whole goal is to have money for your great grandkids.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
The legacy.
Right? Like, it's supposed to last at least 4 generations. Like, that's the part. So the people who are like, oh my gosh, I should be living life now lavishly. It's like...
you can do that. You can do that.
But under your bill. On your money. On your account.
That's
not on somebody else's.
Not somebody else's, like... You know what's funny? Okay, why are you talking about this, actually? I was told a story that, this person came into this person's life. They end up getting the house because the person passed on, right?
Right.
But then the house wasn't left to I guess the husband didn't leave it to the family at all. He left it completely to the girl only. So... She's in another country now. Mm-hmm. Has a house there, and then has a house like right.
I wonder why.
And it's just like, inheritance. But he said, this when he passed or before the passing, he's like, she will get this, and this, and then boom, and then. It's
I wonder how the family felt.
That's the part I didn't.
I think a lot of people feel that they're in people's hearts.
I should have got more
bad
info for that.
Until they realize.
I'm gonna put a note in Tube somewhere. I'm gonna get back to that. I gotta find out like. I'm pretty sure the family went, you idiot,
But you know what's crazy?
Like what? Who?
You know what's crazy? It's the fact that you find all the truth in death. That's the part.
Yeah. It's
like, how would I know? Especially if, say, I was living in the house the entire time.
Oh, shoot, that's even worse, yo.
And you die. And now, I'm not the person who's owning the home now. You gave it to some next person.
You gave it to some next person.
Who doesn't live here, who does not occupy the space, who does not pay the bills.
I have a neighbor like that. So the neighbor's been, like, his wife passed away, like, long ago. But he's living in a house that's not his at all. Like, at all. he'll tell people, "Oh, it's my house," and things, but it's like, no, it's not under your. It's under the family's, the wife's family's. So he'll be living on like what, top floor, and then they'll rent out the basement. So there'll be like two people. How many? Two people in the basement.
So
and
he
then,
doesn't even manage the affairs in their own house.
No, he doesn't get to say. All he has to do is pay this. Yeah,
And he
just pay-
still has to pay? No, I'm sorry.
He still has to-
Oh my God, I'm sorry.
He still has to pay like hydro, electricity, internet. Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say he has to pay for like the house and rent. Like I was supposed to be like, I'm so sick.
So, I mean,
Wow.
he can dictate who he rents to, and I put that in quotes.
Oh yeah.
But other than that, like the mortgage is already paid off,
Wow.
and he's just there. It's almost like he's leasing it. He's moving like he's renting it, but like
But he doesn't really own it.
he doesn't own it like at all.
Wow.
Which is like, yeah.
Wow.
I tell you, and you were like thrown off. I'm telling you, like you don't know.
You don't know until somebody dies sometimes.
Not just that, like you don't even know how people are living like that. Like when they say like
It's true.
people are like credit card up right now, like in debt, like you don't. It may look like they got something, but they don't. They ain't got nothing, man.
The decisions. It's
That's a crazy.
it's so interesting too because it kind of also it sheds light in some ways, I think, because this has actually been more of a conversation as of lately for me, where it's so funny how it's stemming off of the relationship premise, but it's definitely the fact that couples are their own individuals, right?
Yes.
And it's crazy how many secrets are even held within the couple.
Ooh, oh shoot.
Right? Like each person.
I can't tell everything though. That's the thing. No, but that's the thing.
Right?
You
but
can't.
imagine.
Yo.
This is somebody you're devoting your life to.
I know, but you can't just.
But that person, that same person, you're not gonna tell anything. And then what is crazier?
The timing and just. I can't just say it like.
What is crazier is to know that somebody else could beat you out of you being in the house with that person.
Well, I mean that's.
And they would rather invest and foster whatever it is, their belongings, their whatever, to somebody else than you. That's crazy for me. Like to know that a house, like, oh babes, while I'm here, it's like I love you, you know, I'll put a roof over your head, this, that, and the third, all these things, right?
I'll put a roof over your head.
Right?
Like,
And then say like my partner passes away, and I'm thinking, okay, the roof's gonna stay over my head because it's gonna be imparted to me, you know?
Right.
But then it's given to the family or it's given to somebody else.
it's given to like.
And now they dictate whether or not I can stay in this house.
That's
That's the part. You did not care to have this roof over my goddamn head then. You didn't trust me.
That's. And then cars get like.
Yeah.
Cars get taken away, like.
Right? Like a whole vehicle, somebody else is gonna have it now because they inherited it in your passing. What?
That is. She said what?
Like, and imagine I spend my days, my nights, whatever, with you.
And you don't even know, like that's the thing. I mean, that's pretty.
That is the craziest.
Like what? 2 years go by.
Demise.
5, 10, 15, 20, 30.
Years of your life.
You find out like, wait a minute, what do you mean? Whoa.
This is like the equivalent of you working at a career and they give you a watch for your 25th year of working there.
That is hyper disrespectful.
Like,
And it's not even like a Rolex grade. It's like some like an Apple Watch. It's like I don't need this, yo.
that is the equivalent of that to me. This is someone you spend every day, your waking life basically with, and that's all you get?
I mean,
But somebody would probably say like, oh, you benefited from them being alive.
but
But that's shiesty. That is shiesty to me. I think that's pretty shiesty.
you benefited. That's nah. I don't know. Nah. Hold on. No.
I think it's even worse if you had to leave, if the person passed and you have to deal with their debt.
Well,
And you
no.
didn't know.
sadly,
That too is also shiesty.
no, yeah, sadly that's the thing. Like I know, I don't want to speak it into it, but I know like whatever like family members paying currently. I mean that's something that hits you at once, like blah 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 blah, and you're like, yo, I gotta like pay this off and this off. Like, so we were saying earlier, that's what you gotta get. Like, like I gotta have this job making this as I sleep, and then then I go to another spot, and then I do another side gig, and it's just like, yo. Either that or like the cost of living has to like go down.
Right.
It's like this is foolishness. See.
Yep.
People watching, listen. This is foolishness, yo.
Yep.
Like what's happening?
All of this out of relationships and yeah. Well.
Hold on. Never mind a super dagger. I call it if we're gonna use the words ultimate and super, like a comic book thing. Never mind. A side family pops up. That used to be the thing. Well, not you. Wait.
It's still a thing.
It's still
a thing.
It seems
even with all this technology and Facebook and people who can find you based on pinpointing of a billboard in the background, all of that.
Yo, they say ancestry. Like you do your ancestry, and you're like, yeah. By the way, you're related to this person. You're like, who's that person? And you start asking, and then all of a sudden the cold sweat starts coming up, and the
like
okay.
What?
That'd be crazy if the side family gets part inheritance.
I've heard that though. I've heard side. There's a whole show actually.
There's a
whole television show. I can't remember what it's called. It's on Netflix, I believe. It's on Netflix. And what happens is like
Game of Thrones.
No. It's a black show. When I find it out, I'll figure it out. But definitely good one. Basically, the man like leaves the family.
Wow.
When they were little. The only one who knew of the side family was the wife. Right. They ended up having a whole family, and he ended up getting rich. Was a multimillionaire, this, that, and the third, all this stuff, right? So this little family, the side family, well, not the side family, but the previous family.
Right.
He's there while he was working on making this business working, the mom was there helping. She pumped him and funneled all the money for him to launch. But then as soon as
the key information,
right.
Yeah.
As soon as it launched, he left her, went and got the other girl, and this is when they were little, and then had his whole family with this new lady and everything, right? But the man ends up passing away. He gives the whole business to his firstborn daughter.
Okay.
From the first relationship. He gives half the spending money or whatever the case is to the son from the first relationship. And everybody else, he said, all his children and his wife, whatever is there that they are currently getting, that's all they're having.
That
was it.
What kind of troll? That's like trolling. Like
it. Trust me.
Like what?
Trust me. So she became the CEO of the business. The family, like the.
Isn't it? It's not the show on Amazon.
Is it on Amazon?
Is it Amazon or Netflix? It's
I know it's streaming somewhere for sure, but it's like a whole thing.
It was one season, right?
Yo, yes, and it was like crazy.
Okay,
crazy.
I'm gonna look that up. Hold on.
And the thing is, the man would send messages to the girl, send messages to his first daughter, and he'd be like, "Oh, this, that, and the third." He's like, "I love you so much," da da da, and basically dies, and then she inherits the business. Like, it was crazy. And the wife, the second wife, or I should say, his wife, was so angry. She was so upset. So basically, all the money that is kept.
What do I even type for this?
All the money that was kept.
It was a Nigerian, not a Nigerian show, but like
it's like British.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah. But it was so like, it's so messy, but so like real.
Yo.
And the thing is, the man who was there, who's like the party, who's like helping with this, with separating the actual assets and stuff like that. He's like, "Oh, this is what it is. This is what it, blah, blah, blah." So he's the person who kept the will and everything. And they're like, "Oh, he's on their side. He's trying to protect them. He was never on our team, blah, blah, blah." But it was crazy, the fact that he's like, everything that's in their savings accounts is theirs.
So the show we're talking about is Riches.
Yes.
Riches on Amazon. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I said that to finish it, but like, cause no.
So crazy.
Cause when I like it came to the location here. I was just watching it, just like, and like, oh, this is pretty.
Crazy.
It's pretty interesting. It only got one.
One
It's only
season.
one season.
I can understand why. But the way that
One season, 6 episodes.
that is like literally the example of what I'm talking about. Like you are sitting in the house with this person every day, and to know that you don't inherit anything, like literally, especially as his kids, as his children in this whole like life, to know that your father did not give you anything, everything you have at this moment, you need to make sure you have. Like that is what the man basically said. I think he was giving them like a weekly allowance of like, I don't even know. It wasn't even that much. And they were like shooketh. Shooketh. They're like, they've been getting money, but then now they're like, what do you mean I'm only getting this much? What? Da-da-da. And everything that they have in their accounts is what they have. Like, he is not giving anything more except that weekly allowance, and that was it.
Right.
And the wife, he's like, oh, whatever she's currently living in, whatever she currently has, keep it and maintain it. That was it. He was just a maintenance fee. That was it. They were all getting.
Yo,
but the original family, they are getting all the money plus all his assets plus the money that he has put aside plus whatever. Like they got the cash.
That'll make you drop on the floor. That'll make you like kind of sit on the floor and just space out.
The lady was upset. Yo. How dare you come in my house?
Now I gotta watch it because like what was the decision making me like, nah, let me.
Yeah, I haven't found out why he did that, but
because the series did get canceled though. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm kidding.
I think it was
created by Abby Aji.
Okay.
Right. So the motive behind that's like.
But that's how I feel for anyone who's in that situation. You know, like when you're doing your will, there's intent behind it. There's a reason why you are specifically giving and allocating your funds or assets or whatever liabilities to certain people. Right? Yeah. It's obviously a level of like either you can manage it or you can't.
Right.
So some people it sucks where some people don't really have that conversation. Excuse me. Where they have that conversation prior to death and thinking about, okay, this is the things that I want to have people inherit, or when I leave this earth, these are the things that I want people to be able to have a conversation or benefit from.
Right.
But some people, that's just what it is. I even see it in my waking, and I say waking as in like being alive.
But right.
Where it's like I had a conversation with somebody and they were upset that their parent never selected them to inherit a house.
Oh, okay, wow.
They're still alive. Like the family members are still alive. But they're like, oh, I'm going to give it to younger sibling. Younger sibling and them have like probably a 10-year span difference.
Right. 10-year age gap.
Yeah. And the parent was like, yeah, the younger sibling. And they were so angry. They were angry that the parent was not giving them the home. And they're like, how could they do that? Like, I'm the first one. I was the first child here.
Whoa, like that's so...
And like, you would think that they would give it to me because I've been on this earth longer. I've experienced more, blah, 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 right?
Wow, that's, yo.
I heard it. I heard the complaints. I understood their side, like I was definitely like, okay, cool. But maybe it's because you can't manage it.
No, it's like, in Godfather where I think Fredro, who's the oldest again? It was Michael Fredro, the sister, and then the hothead brother. Mm-hmm. So when Vito passed on, right? He couldn't give it to the hothead because he'll be like, no, he doesn't think it, mm-hmm. Right? Couldn't give it to Fredro because he's a little too timid. But it was like Michael was the hybrid, like he's calm. But if it's time to get busy, okay, Michael will get busy. And then during those times, like I guess the fictional time, you couldn't pass over like the business to the daughter because it just wasn't like a thing, right? Mm-hmm. So like, okay, let me choose this son. And in the second one, spoilers, everyone should have seen Godfather by now, 1 and 2, maybe 3. But the Fredro tried to set up Michael in the second movie,
right?
And it was the same outburst, like, "Yo, I'm the smarter one. I'm I have more experience than you. You're not da 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 da. And then
Exactly that.
he ended up killing his own brother because it's just like, yo, you can't put an attempt on me, right? Because it's what I think the first brother died because he just got gunned down, and then it was just Fredro, Michael, the sister, and then in the second movie, Fredro tried to set up Michael, and then Michael had to kill Fredro. Yo, it's a dude, Godfather. Yo, that series is like
It's real. Like, and it's real. People are really feeling and battling their feelings for this stuff, you know? Like, you could tell who was really thinking that they were the prized possession. That's really the other part, you know? Like, people's ego is real big, and you can see whose ego is even bigger, like, based on these like interactions. And it says, like, my friend's ego is very big, like, hands down.
Right.
Hands down. But, like, even when we were having that conversation, you know, I'm not going to sit here and be a friend. I'm not a yes man. I'm sorry. You know, like,
yeah,
I'm going to be honest with you and be like, well, maybe your sibling, you know, they are younger. So there's less things on their credit, less things that they have actually, like, dealt with traumatically, you know, like, they're young because they are younger. They're a little bit more open to receive more information. Their processing level is a lot better, you know, all these things.
Right.
And it's like,
no, F that.
yo, trust me, they were
F that.
angry. They were not trying to hear my shit at all, like,
Yo.
at all. But, like, those are some of the dilemmas that people have to face, right? Yeah.
I said, bond that.
Trust me.
No.
Trust me.
Dude, that's
You're still not getting the house. Like, I'm sorry.
Yo,
That's the short of it, to be mean. You're not getting the house. Oops.
yo.
Sorry you didn't get chosen. Based on your attitude right now, I see why.
That is like.
But, you know, I get it. And I get why their parents decided to pick that child instead of them. So.
Oh, I was going to send you a business. I'll tell you more off camera. But the reason why it's like another relationship thing. The reason why that toppled over is because, like, good friend of the family, they ran a business, like, for years and years and years. The CEO, like, had a mini stroke or whatever, right? So needed help managing it. The son was doing fine, but, like, it was like the mother stepped in on some, like, nah, I know how to do it. I know how to da-da-da-da-da-da. And it's just like, and it got to a point where, like, the business was just sold because there was just too much interference.
Wow. Based on the wow.
Yeah. So imagine, like,
Eek.
you're making, like, say
Eek.
let's say a figure like 10 grand a week.
Yeah.
Accumulates over the year, that's how much you make, right?
Yeah.
But then that gets thrown away because, like,
This one person.
like I said, the CEO, like, the father said, okay, the son's very capable of doing it. Like, he went to
Right.
school for this, da-da-da.
Yeah.
But it's like the mother kept going in the way, like, nah,
Right.
like, it should be me first. And it just came to the decision, like, well, how about nobody gets it? I'll just sell it.
Ego. That's crazy. Like, how do you listen?
That part was...
Let me do some math here. We're talking about $40,000 a month, okay?
Right.
$40K a month
Before tax, yeah.
times 12. That's $480,000. That's almost $500,000.
Yeah.
Because some months have at least 5 weeks in them.
Yo.
There's, like, at least 2 sessions where there's 5 weeks in a month.
Yes, yeah.
You interrupted.
Like, that's the part I'm just like...
$500,000.
So when this info was told to me, like, last month...
Crazy.
I was stunned. Like,
Crazy.
Like, everyone, I took a step back, like...
Crazy.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, what?
To sell it. How much did they sell it for?
Like, they sold it. That's
Wow.
That's all, like, right? And then...
Oh, I'm so angry for...
Yo, I kept, like, after relative asked me that, I kept asking questions, like, I'm like, wait, what? No, stop, wait. So,
Okay.
I was just like, they couldn't, like, okay, at least buy out, like, the property,
Yeah.
and at least, like, lease the building,
Yeah.
or have another company come in, right?
Yeah.
No, it was just sold, and then
That's
that's it.
crazy. Because they don't want to deal with the headache. That just sounds like the partner was really giving a headache and was jeopardizing so much. And on top of it, that dynamic sucks because what are you gonna tell?
What, like,
You're gonna tell your parent to F off?
and that's the thing. Like,
you can't really say that because then you're disrespectful.
that's the.
And then you're in this position where it's like, oh, you're telling me what? Remember, I'm the reason why you're here.
That's the. It's like
This position, because of me.
But you're not good at it.
I set you up.
But you're not good. You're not good at it. What you,
Remember all those years you went to school? Who paid for it?
But it really paid off though. How come you can't just sit on the side and chill out?
Like,
as I said this in my head.
Wow.
As I said this in my head.
I'm telling you.
You have to go from like you're self-made, not self-made, but like
to not have to like find another job or
working
position.
under somebody.
Yeah.
So you remember if you were like second in command, third. What are you?
Yeah.
Second and third in command,
yeah.
right? We're like the same age too. That's crazy. We're like second and third in command. And It's just like, I gotta look for a job. Work for someone else.
Right. No, I get it.
Hold on.
I get it.
I gotta work for someone.
I get it.
Why
you were making all the right calls and you were making bank to now have to go. I get it. And who's gonna offer you
like
that type of income? Who's gonna offer you whatever you could have set your own income and like I'm so angry for your friend, yo. I'm
like I said, and for those listening,
ego.
Watching, I stumbled back and did. I scratched my head, everybody. I said, what?
Ego is a death. Like,
always take the money on the table, even if. It's not even the money on the table thing. It was just straight up like, no, It was like she was moving like Fredo. She's like, nah, I know how to do this.
That's definitely ego.
Nah, it's me.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Definitely that. Especially when the situation at hand is a good situation. And maybe that's
very good. Like,
yeah, and maybe sometimes it's hard for some people to really understand that. Maybe they think that they can leverage it. But then it's like, but what's your books look like?
That's what I mean. Like,
that's always the question. Like, do you actually make things better? Like, what have you done that's made better?
You see, okay, I can't really go. I have to say a very sensitive story with numbers that may not be real. The story may not be real, but they were a part of it and they got sent home for that because they weren't, you know, how should I say this? Keeping up. They didn't have dexterity. Dexterity is the wrong word, but I'll just use that. They didn't have like.
That's crazy.
The chaps. Do people say chaps usually? I don't know if they say that. But yeah. That would be that'd have me rumbling with furious anger every other day. Like,
I'd be upset too. I would be upset too because
you're working on someone else and they tell you off and you're just like, man, I don't even
I was not here.
I have my own thing and I got
not the stick hands.
I have to listen to you now. I have my own thing, man. That's when you put the Whoopi Goldberg on someone. Just I don't have to be here. You know what I made in my life. I made more than this. I made more than you. Man. Just straight up, just.
That is so rough.
Oh my goodness, man.
That is rough. Well,
I don't know about all that, man.
All the things that exist. I mean, these are real situations that people do go through.
Stories.
Right?
I mean, they're real stories, but not real stories.
But a lot of the fiction seems to be playing a good depiction of reality.
Like
it's so crazy.
Oh my goodness, man.
Oh man. Oh jeez. Relationships, man. Relationships.
Yo.
Well, as we move into Toronto now. Our relationship with Toronto.
Our relationship with the city is just
city, man.
I don't know, man.
It's very interesting. We've had many conversations lately, especially on Instagram. There's been a lot of things happening in the city. Prime example, like our mayor, Mr. Ford.
Oh, not him. His brother.
Yes,
Rob.
Yes.
But Doug, no.
Yes. Rob is talking about how the other day.
Doug.
Is it Doug?
Yeah.
Yeah, Doug has
Could
been talking about.
Because if you say Rob, they'll be like, he's alive again. It's like, no, he's not alive. Rest in peace, but he's been gone. People.
Doug has been telling people that homeless people just need to pick themselves off the ground.
That's
and
what
get
is
work.
Like it's a breakdancing. You know, you do a breakdance and you do one of these. You talk about pick yourself off the ground. What's
pick
that?
yourself off the ground. Just find a job, and
I don't think it's that easy, especially if they have mental health issues.
yeah, and then especially like saying like, oh, just take an application and drop it off. Like
that's some like 1980s.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
That got so bad around, let's say 2022. It got so bad, like there's like people have signs now where they're like, yeah, don't even like walk up here with no application. Don't walk up in here asking who's hiring. Like no, online.
And the thing is, a lot of people don't have access to online. Let alone.
Unless you go to near the library, not just near the library, and you're just on the phone, just.
It's not even just the library. This is where it comes back to like, okay, listen.
In Eglinton West, somewhere, just in the station, just.
It's like, Doug. Listen, Doug. You are so privileged to work in a municipality in a city that has as much infrastructure that it does. I would love to see you move north in Ontario.
Like past like.
Yeah. Let's go a little 6 hours out of Toronto.
6 hours out is crazy.
And establish there. And then start saying what you're saying.
Apparently there's homeless people up there too.
Yeah, but it's the fact that it's the infrastructure too. Like telling people to go and work when there's certain parts and pockets of like Ontario, you do not get service. Wi-Fi is not something that you do. First off. Second off, does anyone know anything past Sudbury what the actual internet services are? I want some people to drop that in the comments because a lot of y'all will not know.
Yeah, Sudbury sounds like this no.
It's 4 hours north, but I bet you 4 hours north, people don't know who their internet connectors are. They're gonna go look for Bell. Bell does not exist out there. That's the reason why I'm saying that. So when we're talking about Wi-Fi and connecting Wi-Fi and applying for jobs and just submitting applications, how about we are consistent across the board in just our province? Why don't we start there?
I know I'm guessing, but maybe in those areas like you can just literally walk in, cause like maybe you're in a town of like 100,000 or less, and you can just walk in and be like, hey.
Yeah, those ones you could definitely walk in.
But if you don't get it, then it's like, then what? Do I just not go to the next small town or just, hey?
Right? And how far are those small towns from each other? How many jobs are actually available in those small jobs?
You know what, Z? I'm gonna take a one-ticket bus and just go to California. How about that? No, but some of them know. Some do that though. They're like, you know what? I'm just looking at California.
That's so funny. And the reason why I say that, of course, like I don't really have much experience, and I'm only saying this, like I don't have much experience across Canada. That's one, right? So the bits that I do know, which is more so the east side of Canada, I don't know the west. I know Manitoba, I know Montreal, Quebec, and then I know Ontario. That's the most I can speak on, right? I haven't visited the Maritimes. I haven't visited the west side and Vancouver and all those places. You know,
I keep saying I have to go.
Right? Alberta, all those places. Because you get to see the different things. Life is so great here in Toronto, but people don't really realize like how much, like, it's so different when you go out. Like, it's very different. Even if you go south, like...
like a place like Kitchener is kind of...
It's still different.
London.
Yeah, like, they're still developed, but they're...
Apparently in London, downtown, businesses are closing because apparently it's a zombieville out there.
Yeah,
people
like who's actually...
breaking windows, scurrying.
And
it's bad out there.
It's just, it comes back to, like, first off, are people even getting jobs down there? Is there even diversity down there? Is there,
I don't think so.
like, are people actually traveling in those places? Like, what's the work and budget like? You know, like how much are people
Budget.
advocating and doing fun activities? Like, when's the last time I heard something that's happening in Kitchener that I actually want to go to?
I mean, besides like they got like concerts. I mean, that's just. But okay, it's nothing like here's Kitchener's very own this type of. I mean,
Even London, like London's its own. People go to certain schools. You know, I heard where was the place that had a lot of like there's like a place I can't remember. I want to say it's St. Catharines. I don't think it's St. Catharines. It might be London, but there's like a university there,
right.
and supposedly they said that it looks like Detroit.
Yo, wait, what?
That's what somebody says. They're like, it's like Detroit, and I was like, that's wild. I have not been to Detroit, but it's crazy.
Detroit, from what my parents and other relatives have said, it's like it's one of those like you're driving past and you're just like, what the, huh?
And that's concerning.
It's like Detroit and some parts of Philadelphia. It's really like, huh?
Right.
Am I even? Who's that?
Yeah. Not the slow.
And then he just,
bird is there.
yo, let's zip through this.
But yeah, there was a lot of things that Dougie was saying. Dougie was also talking about building a underground tunnel.
What did that even? I heard it.
So for all of you who do not know,
Underground. What he said, underground highway.
basically one of the biggest problems that are arising here in Toronto is traffic.
I don't.
There have been a lot of
What?
high levels or high. What would be the word?
Who has an underground? Wait a minute, I gotta
Tunnel?
see.
It would be the states. So of course,
Who has an underground highway?
a lot of this conversation was circled around the fact that of high traffic times and wanting to expand and avoid or lower the amount of time spent in traffic. People then responded to Doug saying, why didn't he consult with purchasing the 407? Which is currently not owned by Ontario, but it is privatized by a family. It's a family owned business. And to be very honest, some people may disagree, some people may agree. I do not want Toronto or Ontario to own it. I think that it should continue to be in the hands of the private family. And I think that it should continue to be privatized simply because like just decision wise and upkeep, it's amazing. I've driven on the 407 and it is well taken care of.
I see. Okay, I see.
And that's the only reason why I would say that. And on top of it, like I've had people who've experienced it where where people said that you can't even be on the 407 long enough without getting assistance. Like if you end up getting into car trouble, they will find a way to get you and help you and get you off there.
Okay.
As quickly as possible. So if that is what I'm getting for this paid service, why would I want to change it? Why would I want, like, when I mean the expectation that I would want to have from Toronto, like the public area being the ones to buy it back and own it. Listen, you guys can't even keep the Science Center together or the Toronto Zoo.
Yo, that whole thing is like.
Why would I want you to do the 407?
Now hold on. So we're doing what Boston's doing because apparently Boston named it the Big Dig. So like 1982, they were like, let's build a underground highway. It actually finished in 2000. So opened 2003, but I guess it finished like 2007. And
yeah.
They say most expensive like highway.
Yeah. Project. And it's like, you guys can't even finish the Allen. What makes you think? Listen, finish something and then we can start talking about something else. Like the LRT that you have on
When
Eglinton.
is that going to open?
So, finish something before we talk about something else.
What's happening, man?
How about that?
How about that? Just as you said that, I gotta go to Reddit Toronto and just look and just be like, and just look and be like, what's going on?
Honestly, like, I love the ideas. I love the ambition that you have. I love the ideas that you want for Toronto. But we got to finish something. You got to make the people who are actually here fulfilled and know that, oh my gosh, this is actually working. You rolled this out. Wow, like such a success. These are all the things that are coming with it. Like, but when you're out here saying about underground tunnels and people can't even find a house, can't even afford to go on transit altogether, you want to start talking about?
And I mean, it's dangerous. Like I was riding sometime like this week, and like the person appeared normal, but then after a while, he's like, I don't need anything for. It's just like, come on, man. Headphones in, and it's just like, and you just listen to music, and you hear, and everyone's just looking around like, yo,
like what do you do in that given situation? Like, so there's a lot. There's a lot behind it.
Some days, for those, sometimes I feel like being a biker man, like
being a biker,
like a biker man, like be like, you know what? I will risk taking getting hit by a car.
That's so funny.
Then this stuff, this thing right here, man. I don't know all that. No, but like, hold on, Science Center though. They say that like there's like remote openings. What is it? So like it'll be over here, and another month it'll be over here, and another month it'll be like that's what they say that's happening.
Remote openings.
Opening.
Like for the subway.
No, for Science Center.
Oh.
Just like hey, we're gonna be over here today.
Is this like a tour?
I don't.
You know what?
Hold on. So
let me not.
They call it temporary satellite locations. So it's just like Sherway Gardens.
Okay.
Harbor Front Center.
Okay.
That's okay. I mean, that sounds kind of hot, but
they're gonna be in different spaces. Remote, as in like travel. Remote, as in there's a lot. Anyways, but yes, these are some of the things that is here. He's not our mayor. He's our
provincial thingy something.
Premier?
I don't know. No. Provincial.
Who is our premier?
That's
JT. Oh, yes, not premier. No, that's prime minister. Who's our premier?
See, I live here, and I'm just so like.
The different levels.
My brain is so like.
Because our mayor is Olivia Chow. Our premier isn't it Doug?
Hold on a second. I have to Google this. That's crazy. No, but the premier is Doug. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
premier is Doug. Yeah.
Yeah. So premier, and he's responsible for all of Ontario.
All of it. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So yes, the things that he's saying, it's definitely like, I just feel like across the board, then all of Ontario, I feel like it's very insultive. Being that I've lived in the city and as well as outside of the city and have lived in both regions as well as north. You know, I'm not in Thunder Bay level north, which is also another developed city, but I've experienced enough to know like a lot of the things that he's saying is like, what does that have to do with across the board, the actual like investment across the board of Ontario?
Right.
That's the part where I'm like, you are responsible for everyone from south to north.
Right.
This is not something that's going to help everybody.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm like,
you know, I know what you talk about, man.
You know, what would be helpful is not an underground tunnel. What would be helpful would be expansion, infrastructure, housing, those things being built a little further north. Let's develop Brampton, for example.
Right.
All right. Okay. Just saying. So, in other words, when we're talking about developing.
Yeah, what?
Let's go into entertainment.
Okay. Okay.
Like developing artists. Well, he's not really a developing artist. He's more developed.
Right.
But it seems like Tory Lane's brother, Yoki Gold, is starting to make music.
Right. Okay. I heard about that. Yeah.
And mind you, I've heard about Yoko prior to for a while, And his sister as well. So the sister has been, I think the sister's name is Destiny. Destiny has been doing music, and I've seen Destiny do live performances and everything for quite some time.
Okay.
Yoko, I heard Yoko was more so in the background, wasn't really on a front face type of person, was more so producing.
Not Yoko Ono, just Yoko.
Just Yoko.
Just Yoko.
Yes. And I'm actually happy. I love the fact that music is definitely running in the family.
No, that's a very talented,
Right?
like family, yeah.
Like the Almighty sisters, for example. Omega and Almighty. Yes.
The Almighty Sisters.
Yeah. Is that their name? What's her face? Oh my gosh, her name is not coming to me right now.
Wait, the Almighty Sisters.
Put in Omega Almighty.
Hold on.
For those who know, they know. Actually growing up, that's actually who I used to listen to first before her sister actually came onto the scene and started blowing up. Omega was the person I actually used to follow more, and who was the person I seen on the scene more. So it's
Omega Mighty. Okay.
yes. So I'm sorry if I'm butchering everybody's names. I apologize. I apologize so much.
Singer-songwriter. Okay.
So her sister is also making a big thing. Do you see her sister?
I'm just gonna say maybe.
Okay,
Maybe.
put in
Omega Mighty's sister.
yes. You know her sister.
Oh, let me see. Sister.
Yes.
Oh.
That's her.
Okay.
Havaya. Oh my gosh.
So the Mighty Sisters, and then you have Omega Mighty.
Yes.
And then
Yes.
Havaya Mighty. Okay.
Yes. Here we go. My gosh. This was throwing me off. And I'm like, you're looking at me like, I'm like, what do you, Mighty? Yes. Yes. So it's nice to know that music is running in the family.
Right.
First off. And I want to see everybody succeed. Like,
Yeah.
so for Tory Lanez and Yoko and Destiny, it's like, this is beautiful. Like, this I feel like is a moment in music for, like, because they're not really from Toronto, but definitely the GTA.
The GTA, yeah, for sure.
And it's really nice to see that. They have very particular sounds, for sure. I think Yoko does more R&B.
Oh, like more like
Yes.
sticking to.
Same with Destiny. Destiny, I think, does hybrid singing and rapping. And then Tori is just rapping. Havaya is rapping.
Tori's like a rapping. He can do dancehall easily. A little,
Yeah. And then Omega, she does singing. I don't know what style per se, but she's definitely a fusion of like reggae. But yeah, you know. But it's nice. Like,
Right.
it's nice to hear the sounds. It's nice to hear like the flows and everybody putting their stuff and producing it. Like, and to know that it's all produced here. First off.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Produce here. The talent.
Like I
I'm
keep
sorry,
saying to
guys.
everybody, like, yeah, the talent here is.
We have talent. It's just the fact that how much do people know of the talent that exists here? That is the real issue, right? People are seeing you. We see you. We love it. So to know, yes. Love it.
That's.
As we're talking about more family, the brothers, our favorite comedian siblings.
Which is for y'all.
Yes, for y'all entertainment. You know, they're on the scene with a hit on Crave. Was I talking about it last episode?
Yeah.
Yes. But keeping it in the family, right? Here we are seeing siblings working and now streaming on the internet on Crave. So I think it was called
I think the Office Movers.
Office Movers. And it's like, that is also something that's amazing to know that, you know, again, very much families keeping it in their entertainment system.
Yeah, it's
Love it. Love
like,
to see it.
something got brought up in the algorithm again. Mm-hmm. There was like a thing where like, do you prefer Jackson 5 or the Osmos? So it was like two families kind of at the similar times they both came out, and then it was just like like, do you prefer each? But everyone in the Jackson family is talented, right? I didn't know Stevie Wonder's a cousin to the family, which kind of makes sense.
But I think that's how the industry altogether is. A lot of people are actually related to each other.
Oh, see,
So-
you start going there. Oh, no,
I think that's really what it is. It's like you get indoctrinated. I'm putting my indoctrinated because it's really the families of music or the families of art and creativity. That's
Right.
really what it is. Because like once upon a time, and the only reason why I say this, and this is very stereotypical. Basically, their families were considered families of certain classes, and classes were based on whether you were a merchant, whether you were whatever the phrase were that your state or status was,
like
right?
noble. Like,
Yeah. So like this is
scholar.
where I think like a lot of the industry is definitely based on like families who were artists or like families who were creatives, and there's a level of nobility that came with it. So I think that's kind of like where that realms from.
This is like when I don't know if it's confirmed, but like this is like when Jack Harlow was out. They're like, oh, his grandfather used to know Tommy Hilfiger or grew up with Tommy Hilfiger. So kind of like,
Yeah, like, and that's kind of a legacy in itself. Like, if you have a child who ends up following suit in or walking in your footsteps to what you were doing or what you were aspired to do, you're just continuing that legacy essentially. So I
Right.
think that's just what it is, right? It's the same as like T.I.'s son is going into rap, or like, like other people's children, or like Puffy, unfortunately, who is currently in the news. His son is also going into music as well for rap, right? As we talk about things that have been on a low level,
yo,
artists. But unfortunately, one of the best, I think, Canadian rappers had walked into some trouble.
with the best.
Yeah, one of the best rappers, one of the best Canadian rappers, ran into some trouble, being charged for SA in Quebec City.
Oh shoot! Oh yeah, yo, that's that. Okay,
Very sad. That's
a while. Yeah,
Very, very sad.
that's not the name I heard in a while.
Yes. And I mean, Canadian, like anyone who's a Canadian rapper, I can't lie, we are very patriotic about our art.
Yo, for the music.
Ah! Even though sometimes we talk about how shit we are, it's like we actually produce some really great people. So it's like to know that happened, it's like now
That was a while. Like,
it was. But the thing is, they've now been charged.
oh,
So this has been
wow.
probably a 14-year battle that this person has been going through such a thing. And that's also probably around the same timeline that they disappeared.
Oh, that is interesting.
When you think about it. Because when was the last record that they ever dropped?
Right, yeah. Yeah, hold on. It's okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that hold on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Look it up. They're probably their
Hold on.
last record was probably 2011. But that's the only thing I can think of.
Hold on. I gotta see. So
The last time you saw them on the scene.
that was 2009. 2009, and then
Mm-hmm.
and then the claim is it was 2010 that happened, right?
Yep.
And then since then,
Have not seen or heard about them. Yep. So, unfortunately, it's sad to know that has happened.
even when you type his name, like it's just that's the
all you
only,
see?
That's the only thing coming up. Like,
That's crazy. And that must be something that's big and it's really circulating because, again, I guess the decision has been made now that they've been charged.
right?
So that's the reason why that's happening.
Yo, that is
So-
crazy.
If you are interested in looking up more information about that, you can definitely look it up on Google.
Yeah, like
Because
that is.
very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate.
I'm trying to think. Hold on. I gotta. So we like with relationships, Toronto.
Oh,
Toronto
I'm
music.
not even done with Toronto music because there's another person that I want to shout out.
Ooh, which one?
DDG.
Taylor G. Okay.
Yes, female rapper. Lately she's been making news about having visuals and having music that has substance in it.
Okay.
Shout out to you, girly. But
Okay.
that is how I feel about Toronto rappers. Female Toronto rappers specifically.
Wow.
Specifically, y'all are making great music. I'm just letting you guys know your music is better than the boys.
Wow.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes. I will stand down by it 10 toes deep into it. Across the board for rap and hip hop, you guys are killing the game.
Yo, that's...
You guys are putting it on the map.
Yeah,
don't let nobody tell you any differently. Like, these boys cannot even stand in your lane. What? All I ever hear and know. And not only are they great on record, when you see them freestyle, real life, bar to bar,
Yo, wow.
hands down. Yo, female rappers in Canada,
wow.
round of applause. If you want to put any money in anything, in any space, it's definitely female rappers here. Anybody.
I sure we were talking about that like before. I guess there was like more heat to it, like more.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we definitely like mentioned that before. Like,
oh yeah. Female rappers here, lit.
They're pretty. Yeah.
And they're pretty. Oh,
Yo, that's fun.
Yo, they're pretty, style-wise. They actually live the life. Actually live the life.
That's
the other part. They're not out here scamming nobody. They actually work. They actually have jobs. They actually support themselves. They actually live too. When you see that diamond on their neck, that is something they actually bought.
That they actually bought. Wow. That's,
like they actually bought it.
Wow. That's.
It's not fake.
Yo.
Put the BP meter. It's real.
That's wow.
It's real. Oh yeah.
And
if it was a gift, it was a gift. But they knew who the right person to get the gift from. Yeah. If you ever are interested, definitely.
Yeah, like if you.
Female rappers here.
Cause we've interviewed like.
Yeah, we had Double M.
Yeah, we had Double M, yeah.
But not only Double M, there's Anisha Branshaw, there's Duchess of Toronto. I mean, my girl, Siren Sav, she's literally the truth. Then you have Taylor G. Then you have Havaya Mighty.
Right.
Then you have, who else? Like...
Yeah, Tasha McTen. Like,
yeah, Tasha McTen. Listen. I want a cipher right now.
Yo, wow.
I want a cipher right now with all of them. Right now.
Havaya Mighty, of course. Yeah,
like, I kid you not. Put them in a ring, do a cipher right at this moment, and it's over. Mike is going to drop, and everybody's going to be like, she was right. She was right. Just give it to them. Like, when I mean, because when you think of it now, especially for hip hop, yes, there are a lot of women rappers, especially in the States.
Like the wave. Some say the wave kind of is on pause a little bit.
Yes, and I can kind of see that because especially when you have Megan, you have Nicki, you have Cardi, you have Glorilla, then you have what's her name?
Ice Spice.
Yeah.
She doesn't
really got lyrics on her like that, but
no.
Okay, fine. Ice Spice. There's another girl. She's like coming up. There's Ken the Man.
What?
Yeah. Her name is so funny, but her stuff is so funny too.
Ken the Man.
Then there's the other girl. Her song is coming in my mind, but her name's not coming to me. Doechii. I don't know if Doechii is considered a rapper.
Doechii.
I don't think so. But her music is very alternative. It's not rap. But yeah. But there's a few rappers for females. But it's like substance-wise. What stories are you really getting?
Right.
Out of all the artists that I've heard, like who I've listed, the only one that I really think when it comes to rapping and storytelling is Nicki. Nicki's the only one. And then every now and then Latto.
Oh, that's another name of yeah.
That's another person I can think of. Nicki and Latto are the only two people who I can think of when it comes to storytelling and rapping and do it very well. You know? Mm-hmm. Not saying Cardi can't, but Cardi is more so like, if I want to get hype, if I want to knock if I buck, I go to Cardi.
Okay.
If I want to talk about money and being gassed, Cardi.
Okay.
That's who I go to. But when it comes to like stories and telling like my hardships and, saying things that I love you and whatever, Nikki. And when it comes to being like, yo, I've been down bad and like, but you're going to respect me, Lotto. Like,
Right.
these are the ways, the trends, like, But Toronto?
Like I said, like this is, yeah.
Toronto got it. All I need to see is somebody come in and invest some money and start some branding and push the market. Listen, we'll have our new wave of like Toronto rappers. No problem. Trust me on that. Trust me. They're sick.
I was gonna boomerang back to relationships because DDG. So there's a viral clip going about him saying, I didn't like the relationship because it felt like a job.
That guy with Chloe. And it was so funny. The comments
with
were
Halle.
Yes,
Halle,
sorry.
yeah.
Yes, Halle. It was so funny. The comments were going crazy though. They're like, this is somebody they're like, he's just mad because she outshined him.
Oh, but that is a thing with like no, that's the thing with some mandem out there. Like, it's very like, they feel a way where like, the woman outshines them.
Like, how does this woman get pregnant and then still becomes the voice of the mermaid, still goes and drops a whole like few tracks, still comes and promotes and does a little bit of touring, still does whatever after the baby's born?
That's right.
You don't have to deal with the 9 months pregnancy. You don't have to deal with the birth. You only were there for inception.
That's, wow.
And she came back and boomeranged. Like, what baby?
That's...
Showed up to all these award shows. What baby? What was holding you back, sir? What? Sorry, I'm sorry. Now I'm being too much.
That's, because I think that clip in question, I think he was referencing when he was just dating her. So he probably, I guess as a self-reflecting, he's just like, okay, when I was 22, I should have just been... Nah, this should have not been it. Right? But...
I mean...
I don't know.
But the joke is, it's like, you're not supposed to you're not supposed to stop once you get into a relationship. You're supposed to continue doing what you're doing, right?
That's
the thing.
That's why I said that earlier, the multiple face thing. You don't know... it looks nice.
Yeah.
And you get into it, and then... At your uncle's gathering, you bring this person around, and all of a sudden it's just like, who's this person?
Yeah, you're not supposed to like just stop because like your life does not stop because you fall in love. Like, no. So the fact that he's mad at, and I'm not trying to say, he shouldn't feel that way. What I am saying is that, why did you take your eyes off the prize?
Oh. Okay.
Like, you are going to be responsible for these things regardless of who's there. You still need to show up for you and do what you need to do as an artist for your well-being regardless.
Right, yeah.
Right? I understand accommodating somebody can interfere with certain things. And some things, when you make those decisions, it does come off as selfish because you're not thinking about the other person. You have to think about yourself and your well-being. And I completely get that. But like... You're the one who wants to be the hit maker. Then be the hit maker. Do what you have to do. Your partner has to understand that's what it is. Because clearly your partner did not stop.
I don't know if this...
Baby and all.
I don't know if this should have been like... Because you had that post where it's just like... It was like that long post like, oh, we're now separated and da-da-da.
They got separated?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's... And then that clip I'm talking about came... It's weird how timing...
Before?
Yeah. So that was that long post, and then... But then, I don't know, if I split with my partner, like...
Oh, they're going to get back together.
You think so?
Yeah. There's no way that they're going to be separated for too long.
You think it's just like a 2 months just cool out, and then...
Yeah.
And then back in...
Because he was hot because of her. No shade. Because who was he before? I didn't know about him.
Ruby Rose.
I didn't know about him.
To be fair, if you're like, to know about him, you gotta really know.
And what does he do? Music?
You know, okay, this
Like,
hold
this is what
on.
I'm saying. Like, who is he?
He's asking way too many in a good way, in a good way. So,
No
okay.
shade.
Something that came back since like what, like 2000, I want to say 2016 when YouTube like first like started and everything. There's more entertainers now. There's more there's more acts. So you may see them in the booth, but they're not a rapper. They can jump in the booth and do stuff, or they do like prank videos. They do. They're just like I don't know, like they're like a vibe. They come in a club,
I hear
they
what
get
you're
paid
saying.
for and everything.
Yeah.
He does like
Not a pay to party. Okay. Yes.
no, no, but like it's like I can't really call him a rapper like that. Like,
But that's what I'm saying. Like, what track? Like, the fact that you can't tell me a track.
that I don't know. I just know like he'll jump in the booth sometimes.
Like, the whole thing that I thought was very interesting that I know about him is more so the fact that his voice isn't his voice.
His voice isn't his voice?
No, his voice is deeper than what it is.
Oh, okay.
So the voice that he tells people, or when he's interacting, is not his real voice. His actual voice is a lot deeper.
So he's pulling a Michael Jackson basically.
Basically.
For those that don't know, Michael Jackson had a voice like kind of like mine.
Very deep voice, yeah.
Yeah. He only did this when speaking in interviews. And stuff like that.
So he was like, and he was saying that like a lot of people get tripped out when they see him and they hear his actual voice. So it's like, okay, but
to know about him, you gotta be like in that YouTube, like his YouTube circle. Like,
I mean, I'm gonna definitely look up the songs, but
you can do that.
I don't know
You can do
if
that.
I know anything.
But nah.
Did not know they separated though. Dang.
Yeah.
And look at that. See, this is also another problem.
Yo,
This is another problem.
I didn't expect
How?
the fisters raised. Like,
How?
threw me
How are you gonna sit here and say, I want to see
what do you want to see?
I want to see a separation, and the man is also okay.
Okay, as in like I'm good. Like I'm just like.
Like he's okay.
I mean, that's technically Tia and Corey. Tia Mari and Corey.
Yeah, they're okay.
It's like they're doing the opposite. It's like DDG. It's like DDG's talking, Tia's talking, but Haley's just like, and Corey's just like, they haven't said a word.
That's what I'm saying. And I'm okay with like the fact that people don't really divulge into their relationships and stuff like that. But
Right.
I want to know like, because oftentimes what I've noticed is that, and I'm saying this within the Black community specifically, states from what I'm seeing.
Oh no.
It just seems that once a separation happens, the woman seems to be succeeding. All her desires, all her ambition, all her whatever just starts to pour in and it starts flourishing. And for the men, they just seem to like shrivel up.
They shrivel up.
Yeah.
Like on a cold day.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like they weren't even getting all that hot before. And then they just shrivel like after the separation. And it's like, but they were hot because of the woman. They were hot in the relationship. Like in the relationship, they were hot. Like it was great. Like people want to know more about them because they're in this relationship.
Right. What does the future hold for you? That's actually crazy. What does the future hold?
That's what I'm saying. I want to see a separation. Not saying I want to see separations happen,
great.
but I want to see a separation where
a lot of people in those comments want. No, I think ever since they started dating, people in the comments were like, "Nah, I hope it fails." And
that's crazy.
it's like, yo, sometimes you just gotta like.
I wonder why.
Like put that out there.
People were probably seeing something that
Various comments like, "Nah, he's broke. He's a bum." It's just like, yo, like you don't really know the man like that, right?
Right.
That's a weird thing to just like.
But people who know. That's the thing. People who know. Maybe a lot of projecting, but people who know, they know. They hear it. There's certain things and phrases that somebody have money. Just the same as there's certain phrases and when somebody don't have money.
I got you.
Like certain things that people say or like engage in, you can tell. You're like, that one.
It's a little
off. Yeah. Something not consistent here.
Something not right.
Yeah. They're spending somebody else's bottles money. Like this is not their money.
Yo, that's crazy. That is crazy. Yo, that is crazy.
Yeah.
That's like you walk in a room and you call everyone broke this, broke that. I'm putting $100 on it, and then some time passes and they're like, yeah, okay, so are you gonna put like the 100?
Right.
Like what are you
Where's that
battling for?
100?
Either
Yeah.
do it or you don't do it.
It's like, yeah, man. Yeah, man.
I hope they work it out. Like unless it's like.
I mean, I hope so too.
Unless it's like a real trauma in the relationship, then obviously you gotta separate. But no, they should work the thing out. You know, it's too much out here to handle by yourself. If you have a partner by your side, everything will be right already. I don't know what I just said, but that didn't really rhyme or anything. But thank you guys for listening. Do we have any plugs?
You can definitely find me on Instagram at the NerdZ, TheNerdZZZ, and also follow my photography page at ZZZ.studio, TOZZZ.STUDIOTO. As of lately, I have been doing cute things. I'm not very cutesy or demure, but I definitely have been creative, and it has been working out so well for me, and I love it. I love being in the space of creative director, art director. I love it. So it's very fulfilling. I love working things out so other people are helped and benefiting, and I'm inspired at this point. So I hope you guys are interested in seeing my inspiration.
Delmager, aka Captain Corners, aka when I put on chapstick, everybody puts on chapstick. Shout out to the Ethiopians. I'm not Ethiopian. Shout out to Somalians. I'm not Somalian either. Shout out to y'all. Ethereum. I'm not Ethereum either, but shout out to y'all. Delnigiro, DELNIJIRO, Twitter, Instagram, Unsplash. Man, that's it for now. I thought I had I thought I had something, but I was just like, I don't know, man. I'm out here just in these, walking on these GTA roads and just like observing.
Such a double entendre.
On these GTA roads and just like.
That's so funny.
Observing this foolishness happening in the city. They can't get traffic under control and everything. Like,
I mean,
I always wonder about that. If traffic's always haywire, you're burning gas, right? And when you burn your gas, you got to go to the gas station, right? You see? Now, James here in spirit. Think about that. What I just said. James here in spirit. You can follow him at J Hunterville. J dot. No, it actually wouldn't be. You can't do dots on Instagram. It'll probably be JHUNTERVILLE. You can follow his Twitch page as well. Lupistols at LUPISTOLS. Yeah, TOLS. Yeah, the pistols. See his gaming sessions. Check him out. Subscribe. Send us those donations. I almost said the donations. Donations. Oh shoot, and us, askthevent@gmail.com.
Yeah.
I was about to close up.
Yeah.
askthevent@gmail.com. ASKTHEVENT@gmail.com. Not Gmail. If you get Gmail, that's not a website you should be on. But
send us your comments, your questions, your concerns, your cues.
Interviews too, yeah.
Yes, we have.
Be a part of the vent world.
Ooh, man. We got some people who are very interested in working, and we got a few interviews in the tuck.
You know what's crazy since
in the tuck.
From let's say from now to like last year, it's been a lot of like shout out to y'all for those who we've interviewed so far. Like it's a lot. Various brands and different artistries, industries. Oh my goodness. I love it.
I think you guys will enjoy what we're gonna have coming up soon. So and next week, but before next week, because by the time it does happen it'll be past. But happy Thanksgiving.
Yes. Happy Thanksgiving.
So I'm just saying that beforehand.
That turkey.
And please cook it.
And please, yes. That's
no salmonella this week.
No salmonella.
Yes.
You don't want to spend your weekend in the hospital.
Not with detergent. Thank you.
Right. Yeah, don't do that. First of all, I don't know what clip you've seen. Detergent is crazy.
Trust
That is
me.
crazy.
Not with detergent.
That is wild.
But yes. All right. We'll see you guys later.
See you guys later. Peace.
Wash your hands.